Hello and welcome to a Warframe video. So in this video I wanted to share a little something that I created just by using the customizations that I do have available, and that is my Ash Prime Genji build. So if you don't know, Genji is a character from Overwatch. You should probably know that. Even though we don't really have Overwatch characters in Warframe, thanks to the customization in Warframe, we can kind of role play and stuff. So I was basically just messing around trying to find a cool new skin for Ash, and yeah, I actually designed him in a way where, yeah, I just had the idea because they have so much similarities with Genji from Overwatch to design him to look kind of like that. So yeah, I designed him to pretty much be that. So you can actually see he has the like somewhat of the same textures. Now helmet wise, I mean, I guess you could go for like his Kogai helmet. I think it's a lot more better than the other one. You could go with, I guess I guess the Locust will also be very cool. I do like, however, the regular Ash Prime like ponytail and everything, so I went with this design. Color-wise, I mean, it's designed to kind of resemble Genji in a way. Of course, I added a few things like I basically added a few attachments. I added these. How do you spell that? Syrinx, shoulder plates, and the EOS Prime spurs, whatever, and just for an extra cosmetic. And yeah, I actually do like the build. I could have gone with, let's see, if I could have gone with his regular skin. I could have also done this kind of, well, if I just added different colors, but I feel like this actually is a little bit more like on the same, I guess, way, or some like, I don't know, aesthetic in a way. It's not meant to be like a 100% copy of Genji, but just to like have similar look for him. And it's kind of like the new look that I have for him. So color wise, these are basically the colors that I actually have for him. So you can see I'm using most of the PS IV, some of the regular colors. I would have liked to have some like gray colors or something that has like a variety of gray or something, but obviously, gotta save the plat for the upcoming stuff. Yeah, if you have the colors and you want to recreate the design, you can. Feel free to do so. Feel free also to add on it and make him the way you want him to be made. Also, I want to share my build for him before he becomes buffed, because we are getting his buff. My design is actually very simple. My setup is actually very simple. It's just he has a reactor on him, no formas whatsoever, and just some basic things for his survivability. I have high duration, a little bit of efficiency, minus range, and a little bit a strength, so that I can actually do damage. And yeah, obviously if you can polarize him once, I don't want to polarize him until his buff comes out. Otherwise I would definitely. I probably polarize for I guess vitality, because he does have a decent amount of armor with a decent amount of health. Not that much, but a decent at least, and I would definitely do this. It also would work with narrow-minded as well, or anything else. And yeah, I could also apply something else here, either power strength. You could go for like power drift, or you could go for a little bit of cunning drift to basically just a little bit counteract the range, although I don't see the point. I have enemy sense, because I do like knowing where my enemies are. It actually helps a lot when I'm on the go. And of course, it's basically, you can tailor it to your preference. I'm using Ogre Message for some extra duration. You can obviously change that and switch it with one of his augments if you feel like it, either a Seeking Shuriken or a Smoke Shadow if you want to conceal your allies. Although Smoke Shadow is kind of useless currently, because Ivara can conceal her allies for a lot longer and at will. So If you want to conceal your allies, you might as well go with an Ivara instead of an Ashe. So yeah, I would mod. Obviously, Fatal Teleport is a thing, so obviously you want that as well. I added Fatal Teleport. Normally, I don't have Fatal Teleport because I most of the time will use the Raktadak Dagger with him, which of course in its build has covert lethality to basically as soon as I use my teleport on enemies, I can pretty much finish enemies instantly kill them, basically. That's the idea. But because I'm going for the Genji build, obviously I'm going to be using the Nekana, which I also have kind of customized to look like, actually, what am I doing here? This needs to be a little bit like that, kind of. And if I go to the attachments, I also want to make this. What should I make this? Maybe a little like that. Yeah, kind of, just to look similar. And also, if I could, I would actually put the holster to like this, to be like on his side. Why is my... Oh, because it's not visible. Okay, let's do this, and let's do this for now. Actually, no, this isn't necessary to be there. Obviously, I'm going to put the Hiku Prime as well, for his as his primary. I need to polarize the Hiku, but currently I am okay with its current build. I am not using concealed explosives because they will get me killed every single time. I guess you can just keep your distance, but yeah, I suck with that, so I don't use this unless I'm using a Chroma with obviously concealed explosives to deal damage to myself to benefit from Scourge. Scorn. But yeah, this is just a basic build to deal damage, mostly. Ogre pack? I do have this. Oh, okay. And obviously, with Ogre, I get some extra energy. I get some extra shield. So that's okay, I guess. And yeah, I'm going with the Nekana. And if I do this, I go to holster side. So if you actually see here, this is what I would have used to make him look more like actual Genji because he has the sword on his back. Unfortunately, it's I don't like wasting platinum just on a holster, but obviously if you have that option, then you can definitely do it. So yeah, that's what I would have done. And yeah, this is basically my my Genji build for Ashe Prime. And yeah, I guess I can show him off in a quick mod. I just wanted to share this because it kind of looked cool and I actually love it. I'm basically waiting. I'm not really playing with Ashe, even though he is my favorite frame. I'm not really playing that much with him due to the reason that I want to. I basically want to like wait for the buff to come, where we can actually get a little bit of a buff for his Blade Storm. And that would be actually pretty cool, although he is pretty decent already, I guess. So, yeah. Basically, if you combine his smoke screen, it's basically kind of like using a low-level Loki, in a way, when you use his smoke screen. So, yeah, it kind of works out. Actually, it kind of works out very nicely. So, yeah, and plus the Hiku Prime is also a silent weapon, so that also kind of works out, whether you want to slice things quickly, or you want to, like... throw shurikens. It's pretty much up to you. So yeah, Ashe is pretty much the our ninja of the group, so I kind of like him, and I do like using him. I think the like the leg attachments can pretty much go. They don't really need to be there, but yeah, this is basically how I use him. I might as well do a match, do like a small little survival, just because. And yeah, if you feel like customizing this yourself, or you want to like do something even better, customizations are pretty cool. It's actually fun, and yeah, you can do that. And yeah, it's basically like wow, look at that damage. Oop. I'm not like an expert at like aiming and stuff, so plus I'm using a controller, so aiming is a little bit thingy. I probably should have used Carrier Prime for the Hiku because I'm wasting ammo like it's no tomorrow. So Definitely could have been a lot better with the build, but nah, it's okay. It works. Need to do this because I need some energy. Thankfully, my smoke screen is a duration build, so I can actually regenerate my energy when I'm actually like using this. I could also add a light strike as well if I wanted for that extra survivability with the weapon, which would be actually pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much how you would play with Ashe. Basically, you had to become invisible every time. It's a bit early to use Fatal Teleport. You kind of just wait out. I want to wait for like the stronger enemies, like the Grenier, like the Gunners and stuff, before I, you know, start using Fatal Teleport on them. And yeah, pretty much, if you want to play as a ninja, like a proper ninja, and are a big fan of like Overwatch, and you don't mind role-playing and stuff, yeah, you can actually totally like do this. And obviously you can, if you have the Platinum to acquire better customizations, you can totally like, you know, do even better and make a better customization. So that'd be pretty cool. I guess that could have been like parkouring and stuff and all that kind of stuff. Kind of like Genji and stuff. I guess it's all practice, I guess, in a way. But it's actually an interesting fight. Just go always on the move and stuff, and always do that. And yeah, I guess you just need a better build. I guess you can also put a primary. You don't have to like stick to the rules and everything. You can do pretty much whatever you want. That's the whole thing about Warframe. You can pretty much role play. You can have some fun. Oh, hello, Organ Crystal. Normally it takes forever for me to get an Organ Crystal when I actually want to, so I can't wait for the buff to actually come out for Ashe. It's one of the it's you know, it's kind of like a mixture between his original Bladestorm and his new one, which I do like. And yeah, we can actually finally like do other things beside just, you know, just being stuck in the animation of actually doing the thing. The only thing that's gonna be, I guess, I would have liked to be able to like send out my clones and have them attack certain enemies while I Fatal Teleport a single enemy instead of just, you know, joining in. I can just Fatal Teleport a single enemy while my clones take care of other enemies around me, which would have been a lot awesome. I'm out of ammo, as you would expect. So now it's up to melee. So I guess I didn't show my Nikana build. I guess I can also do that after the match. And yeah, so it's basically something that I wanted to share because I thought it was pretty cool. And Fashion Frame is the end game, even though it's the expensive part or the really long part of the whole thing. But at the same time, it does pay off in a way. And yeah, I do like the way he is right now. I do like his buff that's coming out, of course. And yeah, I'm looking forward to be able to play as the new Ashe. And I'll probably be playing with him a lot. So let me just switch to my melee weapon. Hello, can you die? So these are just the small low-level enemies, so they're the basic enemies that you'll be fighting in pretty much most of the things that you'll be doing. Ah, hello. You are what I wanted to kill. So yeah, now the Ancients are definitely a priority target for Fatal Teleport. Like as soon as I see an Ancient, I just downright like Fatal Teleport him because they buff their allies. And oh, you know what? I'm gonna Fatal Teleport you as well because you're a pain in the ass. And yeah, I go around being invisible, Fatal Teleporting the strongest enemies or the enemies who support their allies. And ooh, okay, dead end. Can I pull that off? Oh, I pulled it off. Bladestorm in the air. So, yeah, this is basically the build that I'm kind of using. And I guess I definitely could have used Carrier when it comes to Hiku Prime because they just piss his stars all over the place. Whoop, that's not a very good throw. There we go. Come on, really? Aiming with a controller is not an easy task, that's for sure. There we go. But I guess practice makes perfect. Anyways, so anyways, I will leave. You get the. I believe you get the idea. I don't want to drag on for too long. Obviously, I could go a lot longer than that, but I don't want to drag on for too long. It's just a showcase of my Ash Prime and his, I guess you can say, Genji build in a way. More like a Genji ripoff, but you know, that's the whole point of Fashion Frame. You can, you know, customize to whatever you want and do whatever you want and stuff. So I like it. I do like him. And so yeah. Also, I wanted to show my Nikana Prime before I close off. And definitely used Carrier Prime for when you're using Hiku Prime. You definitely want to use Carrier Prime as well. So I want to. Whoa. So number one. Once this thing loads in, I want to switch to my carrier with that network not responding. That's actually been very, very common, and I don't like it. But hopefully, before whatever happens, I can show you this, which is my Nikana Prime build. I'm using Blood Rush, and instead of focusing on mostly status, I have just a little bit of status to give me some advantage on our heavy armored enemies, and mostly I'm aiming for like a higher like a critical chance build. Now I only have one form on it, and my Prime Pressure Point and my Prime Fury are a little bit low level. I am waiting until I get a ton of forma, so I can forma pretty much most of my weapons, because most of my weapons already are using the current builds of these particular primed mods. And if I were to max them out, which I can do if I want to, obviously it's gonna cost me. They're gonna have to go out of my loadouts, because they're gonna go over, they're gonna go over the limit of over the mod capacity. So I'm waiting to get a ton of forma before I can actually like play, before I can forma my weapons and max out as many of my prime mods as I can to make the to become even stronger. But yeah, this is my my Genji build of my Ash Prime here in Warframe. And I also have him in my private quarters. I actually have him in a pedestal here. There he is. There he is, right there. I was so proud with this design. I do like it. So yeah, this is my my Fashion Frame and my build for Ash Prime, and a way of playing as him, which is fun and interesting. It requires a lot of skill with the parkouring and with the aiming of the Hiku, but yeah, pull it off, and yeah, it almost feels like you're playing Genji. Almost, not close. You can roleplay and stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. Stay cool. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll see you later. Bye.